AskReddit by Right Cow 6369. What's something that can be a scam but people can't even conceive that it is? Internet quizzes that are just farming for security question answers. I saw one yesterday that was looking for classic names. What was your grandmother's name? And many of the comments were giving first and middle names. Another one I saw last week was you have to name your baby after where you met your partner. What is your baby's new name like? These are security questions, people. Insurance fraud in Vernon, FL for loss of limbs. The whole article is worth a read. The Florida Panhandle was responsible for 2/3 of all loss of limb accident claims in the United States, due largely to one town, Vernon, Florida. Vernon was the site of a widespread insurance scam where residents would dismember themselves for a payout. The problem was so extensive, the town became known as Nub City for this very reason. However, it was near impossible to convict scammers of fraud, because jurors had a hard time believing that people would willingly amputate their own limbs and appendages. https://allthat'sinteresting.com/nub-city-vernon-florida right square bracket open bracket https://allthat'sinteresting.com Nub City Vernon Florida. I was just down in the Panhandle, not too far from Vernon, and I noticed a few billboards for a doctor advertising alternatives to amputation. I thought it was odd to buy advertising for such a specific medical procedure, and I wondered if that area had an unusually high diabetes rate. Now I think I get it. A major portion of the self-help industry. I've always wanted to get rich by selling books telling people how to get rich. People often fail to realize that certain life coaching services may be scams in disguise. Life coaches, the chiropractors of the psychological therapy world. What's your superhero name? Followed by easy to decipher encoding of personally identifying info. If the digits of your SS add up to less than 75, you are a caring, compassionate person who is maybe a bit too trusting. Show your math. Polygraphs. They have been proven to be little better than random guessing, but people still believe in them. They are not admissible in court because they are unreliable. Multi-level marketing, MLM, schemes often parade as incredible business opportunities. They're like those matryoshka dolls, where every level opens up to reveal another opportunity to spend your money and pester friends to join. I made a comment on a local city page about a vendor fair for the eclipse. 31 gifts was listed as a vendor. Several others were just names of local people that revealed themselves to be in MLMs in the comments. I asked if we could stop allowing MLMs at these spaces, because they should be for people who actually make their products, who are local small business. I got so many comments, for my small town, about how they should be allowed to be there. They don't agree they are scams. And they aren't pyramid schemes because those are illegal. Oh, and how I sound dumb and should stfu because I sound like someone who was denied a spot and don't know what you're talking about. Edit, corrected some typos. Plastic recycling, which is a shame. My city just recently had to admit that all of our recycling has been treated as regular trash for years because we weren't in compliance with the recycling company's guidelines. In that time, the city had been fining people for having improper items in their recycle tote, but the citizens didn't know the city wasn't recycling anymore. Messy. High-end, luxury brand that sells printed tees. Crowdfunding campaigns can be scams, even though many people trust them as legitimate ways to support innovation or help those in need. Some creators misuse funds or never deliver promised products or results, exploiting goodwill and the difficulty of accountability in online platforms. Oh yeah. I've been screwed by Kickstarters 2 times now. I don't participate in those anymore. In both cases, they took the money and ran. The backers never got their rewards, the products were never made. Timeshares. I called this a scam at work and didn't realize my coworker was discussing his timeshare. In America, people understand you can't trust large companies or government. They're necessary to have, but never put your faith in them unless you have to. The larger the organization, the more it attracts dangerous people. But we have a huge blind spot when applying that cultural understanding to large charities or religious groups. They offer the same opportunities to bad actors, and the said dangerous people will worm their way into power within them. There is no cause so noble that it will not attract an asshole. Gift cards. You've just traded currency spendable anywhere in the world for currency good at only one place. And that's if you spend the gift cards. Many don't, and the places where gift cards are spendable count on that as part of profits. Give me cash, please. You can put a fancy bow on it. Unless you can get gift cards for less than face value. I got $100 in Domino's gift cards for $80 at Costco. Just make sure it's something that would be purchasing otherwise. One sneaky scam that often flies under the radar is the free trial trap. You know, where you excitedly sign up for that 1 month free trial of a streaming service or a gym membership, only to realize it's like trying to escape a spider web once you're hooked. Before you know it, you're 3 months in, and your bank account is shedding tears faster than you can cancel the subscription. It's like a stealthy financial ninja, silently draining your funds while you're distracted by all those shiny promises of free. I used to work at a call center where we sell clothes to older people, and they have this discounts and freebies if you agree to sign up for $1.99, but then it's $14.99 after a month. Most customers would just order once. We are told to clarify this to the customer, but of course they would forget because most of them are in their 90s in a home. Many would call back begging it to be cancelled and refund since they didn't use it, but the company would just refuse to refund. So I felt so bad I had to leave. Anybody who tells you that there is a quick and simple solution to your problem is lying in order to get your money. This includes penis enlargement pills, learn C++ in just 10 hours courses, most of the cosmetics industry, and every politician who promises to completely abolish hunger, poverty and crime. Wait, you mean I won't get a 6-figure programmer job after that 6-month EDX coding bootcamp? But they have job placement assistance services. Multi-level marketing schemes. They often promise financial freedom but exploit participants through a complex structure that primarily benefits those at the top. Any enrollment fee to join anything. I work at a place where we have memberships and the $100 enrollment fee is just there for leverage. Oh, the enrollment fee is stopping you? What if I waive that today for you? If you join today, I can even waive this enrollment fee just for you if you do end up paying the enrollment fee. Some of it goes to commission, but most of it goes in the owner's pockets. Always say the enrollment fee is stopping you. Always. Phenylephrine. It's a drug commonly used to treat cold symptoms when taken orally, and is labeled as a decongestant. If you have a cold medication like Dayquil at home, if you read the label, it likely includes phenylephrine as an active ingredient. But it's a scam. Phenylephrine performed no better than ralphenylephrine in multiple medical trials. It's literally a scam and doesn't work. It's a bit of a personal vendetta of mine that something that is being sold as medicine OTC is literally no better than taking nothing at all. Pseudoephedrine. Televangelist. God told me I need another Gulf Stream. You'll never get to heaven and be damned to hell if you don't have faith and money. Dating. Not on account of the opposite sex, but on account of apps commodifying it. Not just commodify, but letting them get overrun with bots and scammers. If you're legitimately trying to date, it gets tiring matching with accounts that are trying to get you to sign up for their Rev or campsite rather than have a real conversation and go on a date. When they break a biscuit in half and try to pass it off as a full treat, according to my dog. All I need is $20 for some gas. I've been approached by the same two young people, ostensibly a couple, some weeks apart, in different parking lots. The first time, in front of an upscale grocery store, the shtick was that they were trying to get out to see their grandma who was very ill. The second time, in front of the dollar store I go to for party supplies, the guy approached me trying to pimp out the girl. Buying a gym membership and convincing yourself that you'll go every day. It's the ultimate exercise in self-deception. That's not the gym's fault. If you pay for it and don't go, that's on you. Life coaches 40-something, white, middle-class women who have never struggled a day in their lives packing in their jobs and donning the title with zero training. Then they have the gall to charge vulnerable people up to £3k for a transformation package. Run as far as you can. I've dated a few. They were the most immature, avoidant, toxic people I've come across. If they haven't undergone formal training, they shouldn't charge a penny, and you really shouldn't take their advice. One of them once told me I should immediately quit my job without having another lined up. I lived in London at the time and it was locked down. Bonkers ex-lawyer. People who think they need life coaches actually need mentors. The nice thing is, mentors actually do it all for free. You can just find someone on LinkedIn who is already doing the job that you want in 5-10 years and cold email them to have coffee with you. Ask them to be your mentor, plan to have coffee again in 3 months, and boom. Free life coach. Health insurance in the US. I am very sure that healthcare is not this expensive and the multimillion insurance industry takes a massive chunk of the bills they claim to save. We still end up paying. It's a subscription without a service and bull a citizen to keep paying them or paying the bloated charges. Also, what is with tying this to employers? SMH. In other countries, health insurance is for hospitalization and major accident recovery. Otherwise healthcare is out of pocket and very reasonable priced.